I think I just watched the football team die in front of us today, everyone. I think I just watched the Philadelphia Eagles die right in front of me. You had a 17-point lead, and you blow it. You blow it to the Washington football team. The team is not good. Washington is not a good team. And you lose 27-17. You were up 17-0 early in the ball game. Offensive line, what the hell is it? I understand there's injuries. Make a damn stop. Help your damn quarterback out. And Carson Wentz, I would like to defend you, buddy, but there was a lot of chances in this ball game, especially when you got sacked 8 times, to throw the ball away. Throw the ball away, Carson. Throw it away. There's literally one play in the third quarter when you have a chance to get a field goal opportunity, and Carson Wentz is literally running back 7 yards, and he gets sacked. And you lose that chance of a field goal, and Jake Elliott has to kick a longer field goal than needed, and he misses. It's just Carson Wentz. When you don't have a play, throw the ball away. When no one's open and you see guys coming at you, throw the ball away and you don't lose yards. It sounds like rocket science, but it's not. Throw the ball away. And Doug Pederson, what the hell? What the hell was the play calling in the end of the game? What was the idea right there? It was passing play after passing play, just passing all around. We're trying to go for these deep, wide-out shots, and it's just like, it's not working. It worked at the beginning of the game. It's not going to work when the team is adjusting to it. Jalen Reagor had a nice play at the end of the second half when he had a chance to get a touchdown right there. Oh my goodness, and he just this close to catching it. And if he did catch it, it would have been a touchdown, but Carson Wentz overthrew him. And there was also plays later in this ballgame where Carson Wentz was overthrowing his receivers. And that's also a definite problem right there. But then there was also instances where our players were dropping the ball. Hightower, not a good first impression right there, buddy. He was dropping balls left and right. And also Carson Wentz throws 2 interceptions in this game. And both of those interceptions, led to touchdowns from Washington. And I don't know whether to blame Carson Wentz or the 2 receivers that could have made a better play on that ball. Yeah, Jalen Reagor on the first one. Carson Wentz, yes, you underthrew him, I would say, but then Reagor has to make a better opportunity to try to catch that because you literally got the defensive guy coming in, and he's right there in front of him. Same thing for Hightower on the second play. Carson Wentz might have underthrown him a little bit, but he literally gets beat to the ball. He's not trying to make an attempt to catch it. He's going forward. I understand the ball is behind him, but you have to try to make an attempt to catch it. He just didn't. And both of those interceptions led to touchdowns. Washington, I would say the offense today was very opportunistic, and when they scored off of those 2 turnovers by the Eagles, the offense kind of gained some momentum off of that, and they go on and score the rest of their points at the end of the game. It's just, what happened? What happened? You went up 17-0. Everything was going right. Everything was going right. Carson Wentz was electric at the beginning of the game. He was making pass after pass after pass. Dallas Goedert was electric. Zach Ertz was electric. They were both making catches left and right. Goddard get the touchdown. Ertz get the touchdown. You hit a field goal too. You're up 17-0. You're thinking this is going to be a cakewalk the rest of the game. But then, turn the ball over. They score. And then you do it again. They score. And then you're trying way too hard to make plays happen instead of just trying to keep it simple. Maybe run the ball a little bit, Doug. Maybe run the ball a little bit. Because there was a lot of plays in this game. Basically, majority of this game was passing. Like I said, they were trying to go with these deep throws. It just wasn't working. It was not working at all. Deshaun Jackson had a couple chances with deep balls, and it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen at all. And then, like I said, Washington, they were just opportunistic when they scored off their turnovers, and the offense built momentum off that. Same thing with the defense. When they're getting turnovers, they're going to build some type of momentum, and they also sacked Wentz 8 times. That's a major problem. And we all knew going into this game, the injuries were a major key. You don't have Miles Sanders, you don't have Lane Johnson, you don't have Derek Barnett. That was going to be a major problem. But some guys, they need to step up. Driscoll had his first chance of starting today. He was honestly pretty good at the beginning, but then he leaves in the fourth quarter with an injury. And Mailata has to come in. And then you also lose Brandon Graham, who had to be evaluated for a head injury. And then Vinny Curry goes down with a hamstring injury. It's just an injury factory for this team. This team is just, oh my God, what's with the injuries? It's just injuries left and right, left and right. There's always someone down on the field. And the tent always has to come up. Every time you see that blue tent come up, it's like, oh my God, what happened now? What happened now to the Eagles? Who's injured? What happened? What happened? Because there's always that blue tent up. And then there's always that one guy that has to go into the locker room. Boston Scott did leave early in this game, I think around halfway through, but he did return. So I guess that was a little bit of a bright side right there. But still, like, the run game was very non-existent. It was just mind-blowing. It was mind-boggling. And Carson Wentz, like, if you look at his stat line today, I would say the stat line looks a lot better than what actually happened, I would say. He was 24 for 42. Early in this game, he was making a lot of plays. Making a lot. And I think, like, after those first 2 touchdowns and the field goal, Carson Wentz just wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same. He was missing plays. He was missing wide receivers. He was missing his tight ends. He was overthrowing some guys, throwing those interceptions. Or when he did have a chance to hit someone, they would either drop the ball or he got sacked. The offensive line, there was just no protection for him. Just nothing. And then you see Jason Peters. Oh my, he was just not that good. You can tell his age. He's just not that good anymore. And it just wasn't good. I'm literally speechless at this point. I am very speechless on what happened. So like I said, Wentz, 24 for 42, and he had 270 yards. I mean, the yardage is good, but basically majority of his yardage came at the beginning of the game. It did. And he had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he was sacked 8 times. Like, the sacked is what stands out the most, because how the hell do you get sacked 8 times? The offensive line was terrible. The offensive line, there was no protection. The offensive line was non-existent. Like, what is the offensive line? Is it there? Is it not? Like, I have no idea. And I understand, like, you have a ton of injuries right there, but someone has to make a stop. Someone has to protect the quarterback. And then when there's those chances when Washington does get through and they're trying to attack Wentz has to throw the ball away. He has to throw it away. Because there were so many instances where he's trying to force a play and he throws it completely past someone, or it did turn into an interception, or he gets sacked and you lose so much yardage. That's what basically the majority of this game was. And if you look at the other side for Washington, Dwayne Haskins, his stat line wasn't impressive, but he made plays when he had to. He goes 17 out of 31, 178 yards, and he gets a touchdown. He made plays when he had to, but Washington, they were, like I said, they were just opportunistic. They scored off of our turnovers, and then they just built the momentum going up into the rest of the game. So you get the Eagles scoring their touchdowns early, getting the field goal. Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, you get a field goal too. And Eagles, they were looking good. They were making passes. Carson Wentz was electric. You had Jalen Reagor making a 50-plus yard catch. It was a nice first impression right there for you, buddy. Look at that speed. Look at that speed going out there and making that catch. And it's just like, after you go up 17-0, like I said, where the hell does it go? Just what in the hell happened? Because Washington, they were starting to build a little bit of momentum going into the end of the half, and you throw an interception near the end of the second quarter, and Washington scores off that. A couple plays later after the interception, and Doug Pederson does waste his last 2 timeouts at the end of the second quarter. Washington scores, and the Eagles, they try to make something happen on their last possession. Jalen Reagor was so close. He was so close to getting a touchdown. But Carson Wentz just overthrew him a little bit. And if he did catch that, it would have been a touchdown. It was just, oh my God, it was right there in the palm of his hands. If it landed perfectly, it would have been a touchdown. It's just, oh my goodness. And then you go into the third quarter, and basically just more of the same. You get it. Eagles, they offense really can't get anything going, and then more early on in the second drive of the third quarter for the Eagles, they throw another interception. And in Washington, another couple plays later, they will score a touchdown. And then you're looking at a 17-14 game right there. And then here comes where the Eagles are trying to force something. They try to go for it on fourth. Nothing happens. Washington comes back down. They get a field goal. And then the Eagles offense, they just can't get anything going. Washington scores another damn touchdown. And then this is where we start to panic, because the Eagles, they're trying to go for it on fourth down. And then this fourth down bothers me so much. It does. And then also, I forgot to mention the missed field goal, too, because this is where Carson Wentz is trying to run backwards, trying to make something happen. And he's literally got a couple Washington guys running right at him, and you lose so much yardage, and you take away a prime field goal opportunity for Elliott. Takes away a prime opportunity because he lost so much yardage. Elliott, they try to go for the field goal anyway. Elliott, he had the angle. He had the ball going in the right direction. It was just too short. It was just too short. You put your kicker in a horrible position because you didn't want to throw the ball away, Carson. Throw the damn ball away. It's just, he's out there trying so hard to make a play happen. He's trying to force it, and that's what's bothersome. Just look what's around you. You don't see any guys open. You see guys coming after you. Throw the ball out of bounds. Throw it away so you don't lose yardage. Throw it away so you don't put your damn kicker in a bad position. And I also forgot to mention, on one of the touchdowns by Washington, the tight end was just left wide open. Wide open. It was just a bunch of, where was anyone to protect him, man? Where was anyone to defend him? Miscommunication right there by Devontae Maddox and Jalen Mills. What's going on right there? Where's the guy to stop him? Where's the guy to try to get the ball there? What's happening? What is happening right there? It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. And then you get the fourth down near the end of the game where the Eagles are trying to go for it because they need to make something happen. And then Zach Ertz was left wide open, and Carson Wentz threw a dime right to him, and Zach Ertz has the ball in his hand. It's in his hand, and he drops it. It's just, oh my God. And then Washington, on that ensuing down play, they kick a field goal. They make it 27-17. Carson Wentz gets sacked once again. It's a strip sack for Washington. It's just, my God. It's, what the hell happened? Oh my goodness. What happened? What happened? I'm lost for words. I'm stuttering literally on everything right now. I'm so lost for words because that's how frustrating that game was. The Eagles should not have lost this game. I understand there was injuries, but I don't think that's the major takeaway from this because your offensive line was terrible. I understand there was injuries to it, but someone has to make a damn stop. Carson Wentz was forcing a little bit too much and needs to learn when to throw the damn ball away. And Doug Pederson needs better play calling. He just needs to. Because passing play after passing play after passing play, it's not going to work. It's not going to work when the other team's adjusting to it. And they did. They adjusted to it pretty well, forcing 2 interceptions. And they sacked Carson Wentz a lot. The defensive line for Washington, I'll give them credit. They were really good. And they are scary too. But the rest of the team, no, they're not that good. Washington is not that good of a football team. They were opportunistic, and they gained momentum off of that. They did. And the Eagles weren't good enough. They deserved to lose this game. Doug Pederson deserved to lose this game. Carson Wentz, it's just, you need to be better. You need to be better. You need to be aware of what's around you. No one's open, and you're about to get sacked. Throw the damn ball away. I understand there were instances where he really didn't have any room, and he got sacked. But there was a lot of instances, too, where he was escaping tackles, and he was getting away, and he was still trying to force something to happen, and he couldn't get the ball out of his hand. Throw the ball away, and you won't lose yardage. Think. Mental mistakes. That's the problem. Mental mistakes. And the Eagles, they need to be better. Because you thought this game was difficult, and it shouldn't have been, honestly. Imagine going into next week. You're facing LA. You're facing Aaron Donald. Good luck. Have fun with that. Because if you had this much of a difficult time against Washington, I can't wait to see how you play against Los Angeles. Because, it's probably going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Maybe there's something helpful that comes into this near week. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but you need to be better. That's basic what it needs to be. You need to be better. And the Eagles, they weren't better today. They stabbed themselves in the foot so many times into this game, and now everyone's in a panic attack, and we're holding the pitchforks right now. Because that game was just trash. That game was terrible. So, I think I'm done right now because I'm so lost for words. I'm so lost for words on what happened in this game. I just am. It's so mind-boggling. It's so mind-boggling how you blow a 17-0 lead. It just is, and you don't score anything the rest of the game. You allow them to score 27 unanswered points, It's unheard of. It's embarrassing. It shouldn't happen. Carson Wentz, I blame you. Doug Pederson, I blame you. Carson, I want to defend you as much as I can, but there are a lot of avoidable mistakes you could have avoided. And the offensive line, there's injuries to it, but someone please make a damn stop. Help your damn quarterback out. It's just, it's not good enough. It is not good enough at all, and they need to be better. They need to be 100% better. And next week, it's not going to get any easier. Like I said, you're playing Los Angeles, and they are a 10 times better team than Washington is. So if you had difficulties today, I can't describe what the difficulties are going to be next week. Ugh, so I think I'm done here. So what are your thoughts on this game? What are your thoughts on the 17-point blown lead by the Eagles? What do you think Carson Wentz has to do to be better? You just throw the ball away? Just be better? Just think more and make it simple? And Doug Pederson, what do the Eagles have to do to adjust for next week and shake off this loss? Because this loss is embarrassing. So don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Oof. I need a break after that. I need a major break.